What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Bennett, back here and again, as I say, and welcome back. Okay, to the All About It podcast. Can you believe it? We're back here and again with another episode. How does that even work? Well, welcome back to the show. Appreciate you for tuning in today and every day to the All About It podcast, as we do. Whether you're getting this through Spotify and what have you, through the audio in your ears, or visually through your eyes and also ears through youtube.com. It's Arielle.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the show.
So,
welcome to the show where we don't know what we're going to say until we say it. Probably not planned. Probably not planned. But I have my energy drink in a coffee cup and you don't even know.
Okay, so check out that song. It's available now.
I hate it.
It's called Argle Bargle Came into Fargle.
Ooh.
Came to Fargle.
Can I say that you were tooting a little bit before this?
No, you can't. Don't do it. Okay? She's lying. I'm going to cut that out real quick.
You were like distracting me with other clauses and phrases as it was happening. It was funny. It was good job, Bargles.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you for all the things that you do as well in this household. So, what about this show do I love is a question I ask myself as I woke up this morning. I wake up and I think, what a lovely day. What a great day to be me and to be you and to be us here together.
You yelled out the freaking window today.
I did. I would yell out more if the feeling was in me to do so. I would. I feel no remorse or regret. Okay. But I was thinking, what do I love about this podcast? I love that I have no idea what happened this past week until
I tell you.
Until you come in.
And the truth is,
and she hooks it up.
We are officially getting hooked up with Lint chocolate. I'm going to talk about the bunny. The 2-pound bunny.
Oh, okay.
We received a box.
Is it 2 pounds?
I thought so.
Oh, my God.
We received a box full of wonderful chocolate, to my surprise. And it came with a chocolate bunny that is actually this tall. And probably about a foot tall. And about a foot wide.
It's got to be hollow, right? I mean
it has
it can't
to
be solid.
The thing about it is that it's good, really good quality.
Yeah.
So
they're Swiss chocolatiers.
We're coming up with what we can do with the bunny.
Chocolatier. It's like a musketeer.
I see what you're saying, Bargles.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Anyway, the Neapolitan truffles. Ooh. Golly, there's 2 of those left.
Not a big chocolate gal, but I'll tell you, this is some good stuff.
And Bargles loves a good after-dinner snack or treat.
It's true.
He
I'm always
does.
hungry. Always hungry.
Can I talk about what you made with the tortillas and the chocolate and the peanut butter?
I guess
that was basically it.
Yeah, I guess you can. Go for it.
But we didn't really have dessert. This pre-chocolate bunny, pre-chocolate package Bargles made a chocolate chip and peanut butter, basically tortilla.
Full of regret.
Why?
It
tasted like a high-end pastry to me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So basically tortilla, chocolate chips, peanut butter, honey, fold it, put it in the oven, toaster up, and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then he cut it into little slices and brought it into the living room, and I was surprised.
I mean, I like chocolate and honey. I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sweet on sweet. Oh, it's pretty good.
Don't forget about your eyebrows. So basically, I have the bunny package.
Okay.
The tortilla thing.
Tortilla Lou.
Another point to mention for the week is that Mad Men is getting really good, and we stay up too late watching it.
What season are we? We're
in the middle of season 2.
We're smack dab in the middle of season 2. You know what, Betty?
Girl.
Good for you, Betty.
Take action. Don't ruin it for anyone if they haven't watched.
Right. But midway through season 2, because the show's about to take a very
big turn.
If I remember correctly,
yes.
It's going to take a big turn. Not like the story, but just like the overall watchability and like quality of the program.
Right, right.
Because we watched the whole series once upon a time. I remember it just falls off. I think when they do a time jump at some point, they lost me. So
There's 7 seasons. If you
watch
haven't
again.
watched, highly recommend. If you are a fan of 1960s office culture.
I thought you were going to say misogyny.
Well,
if you're a fan of the patriarchal, misogynistic ways of 1960, where they slap you on the ass and say, "Bring me a pack of smokes," then this is the only show that has that.
it's a period piece.
Oh, it's a good
Right?
excuse. Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's just like that's the way it was then, and they're using it in the storyline. It's
Right.
part of it.
I love what Peggy's got going on.
It's not
and
okay,
I love,
but-
Peggy's coming up. She's climbing those rafters into the whatever. Yeah, no
Leave
spoilers.
it there,
Okay,
Bargles.
no spoilers.
Leave it there.
No
And my
spoilers.
final point. Oh, the other thing is that I'm still feeling the time change a little bit. The spring forward. Welcome spring.
When was that?
Welcome spring last Sunday.
That's not.
Last Sunday? The time change?
What are you clapping for?
Spring was like 2 days ago.
Oh, that spring has arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to clap for that?
Fine.
How dare you? Embarrass me. Okay. And my last point.
I've never loved you more.
You think that's what I was going to say?
Yeah.
My last, literally, all it says is we want to move.
Mm.
But if you're familiar with the show,
Yeah, that is part of the show.
you know that this is part of the show and we're taking you on that journey. And in no other place on the internet do we talk about it more than All That Podcast.
Right. We don't even talk to our own friends and family about it.
I kind of like to keep it a little bit of a secret. Not a secret, but like, yeah, we do talk to our family about it.
This is a very pro dreams establishment.
Right.
This production facility, All About It Studios, we're very pro dreams, pro goals, pro. We're a pro most things, I'd say.
Right.
That being said, we are losing the ground on being pro this apartment, and we're starting to. I can feel the anti-apartment in me starting to be like, "Hey, man, I'm sick of this place." So, gotta feed the beast.
I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I'm just gonna say it. I feel you and I feel like we're growing.
Is this a song? Are these lyrics?
Yeah. So hear me out. I feel like you and I are growing in this little space. We can only see as far as the future, and we will not go to space. So basically, we want to leave.
Right.
I was trying to make it a song or a poem, and it didn't work.
This is
We're
100%
bad.
nonsense.
I breathed in that whole time. Okay, listen.
Drop a bomb.
I feel like we're growing creatively, and we're
Oh, we
growing
are?
out of this apartment. That's
Oh.
what I was gonna say.
Okay. well,
Sorry.
Great.
Sorry.
Great. Can't wait.
Things are happening, and like I have. The wait will be worth it. That's my song.
I'll tell you.
That's my song. I have so many ideas.
What'd you say? We're growing creatively? I'm growing creatively in my shorts. Huh? How about that?
I
like that?
love you.
Yeah.
Beyond comprehension.
I'm like, who's a famous artist? I'm like a Leonardo DiCaprio down there.
Is it Aries season yet? Have we started?
I don't know about that astrology.
I think it's coming up here pretty soon.
That astrology, I don't know about all that.
Fire on fire. Okay. That is going to be it for my revieweth. So sorry.
Well, I really appreciate you, taking the mantle and the responsibility and truly the burden of
Thank
having
you.
to week in and week out. You have so much to do. And not only that, then you come here, you sit down, you get in front of the microphone, you say what we did during the week before leading up to this.
I certainly leave things out, Bargles.
Well, I'd hope so. That's for the Patreon account coming soon.
Refer back to the shorts comment.
Bonus exclusive content there. PG rating? No.
There's no
PG-13?
Patreon. There's no
NC
Patreon.
NC-17.
There's no Patreon. Don't confuse them.
So, you do all this work, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, right? And
Definitely
then,
blah blah blah.
and then at some point, there's something else you do,
Right.
and
It takes a lot of work.
I don't know how you did it or why you do it, but you do it. So I just gotta ask, where did you get that romper?
Oh, You know what?
Uh,
Thread Up.
and what is that?
It's an online thrift store.
Okay, that can be the end of that.
That was sounding like an ad.
Yeah,
It's not an ad.
what's today's episode all about? Okay,
Today's
come on.
episode is all about your unpopular opinions, part 2.
I'm really enjoying this part 2 because I feel like part 2 is like inviting us all for a part 3, and I like 3-parters.
Oh boy.
I like when there's 3 of things.
I like triplets.
Twins. What's that? Doublemint?
And twins.
And twins.
That was like 2005.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So today's episode is all about your unpopular opinions.
Yeah. I asked on Instagram approximately 3 months ago, and I've been holding on to this.
Thank you for that.
Did you know that?
No. Thank you for that.
That's where these came from.
Oh, that's where these came from. Okay. Well, that's why I did not read them until just now.
Yeah, exactly.
So if there's any swearing or sexy language, thank you.
Oh, by the way, I did a little bit of research on our part 1 this morning. I listened to that hour of crap. We are annoying. And
And
that's it.
yeah. Well,
You were like, "Oh, one of them was Lord of the Rings is boring." And I was like, "Yeah, I would think so." And Bargles goes, "Yeah, Arielle, my wife, doesn't really like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings." And I was like, I can't even tell the difference. I want to.
you said that?
I want to
Like,
punch
you
my
said
phone.
that in public?
We've said so much on this show
Okay.
from episode 1. That's all I'm going to say. This time around, we've got the video aspect. That was episode 88.
So what you're saying is nothing's changed, only now you can see us
Yeah.
being annoying,
So-
see us being an idiot,
Exactly.
see you not knowing the difference between Daenerys Stormborn and Legolas.
Ugh.
Although,
God.
I mean, if it was a dark room,
Can you really tell?
can you really tell? Mother of dragons versus father of bows and arrows.
Ooh, tell me more. So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I can't believe you're never even going to give him a chance?
I don't give a crap.
Like, how much would you need to get paid? Is that what it would
Maybe
take?
like $5,000.
You would need $5,000. 5,000 sacks of gold.
I want that down payment.
All right. Wow. Well, if I might call you on that. You just said a number to do a service. $5,000. You heard it here first. $5,000 to watch all Lord of the Rings
And Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Um,
Yeah. All of a sudden, by the way, if you calculate that by the hour, you just bought yourself a minimum wage job.
well,
Did not think that through.
I did that working weddings for 8 years.
Fair enough. So, unpopular opinions. I think all opinions are not popular. Does that even make sense?
Right. No, I agree. Yeah.
Because they're your own, and you are not popular.
These are very funny. I definitely picked the funny ones where it's like we're gonna riff for a minute.
Do you have any, or are we just gonna
No,
say?
we're just gonna say what
Okay.
other people wrote in with.
Okay. I only read the last one on this list, and I immediately started taking notes.
Okay.
So
Do you want to start or end with that?
I want to end with it.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give us the first one?
Okay, so thank you to everyone who wrote in.
Thank you.
The Beatles are trash. Their music is trash.
Oh my God, we kind
We've
of
had this.
touched on this.
We've talked
Yeah,
about this on the show
yeah.
several times, and so I agree. So
Trash.
I mean, I'm not. I think that they don't even mean trash, as in like, oh, it's like in a landfill somewhere. But they mean like it's overhyped, it's overdone, it's. But at the same time, it's in the pantheon of classic. It's it's
Hall of
classic.
Fame.
It's I was just reading a story about John Lennon meeting what's his name, Bob Dylan, and how they both thought the other was like super pretentious and like not very good at what they
Interesting.
did. And can you think, if you go back in time and think about all the great songwriters in the universe forever, John Lennon and Bob Dylan are both up there, whether you like it or not.
Right.
They're both there.
So when we saw Across the Universe for the first time,
Across?
Across?
Yeah, across.
I know that it's across.
Right.
No T.
I remember we watched it a lot when it first came
We
out.
did. We were living in the Magnolia apartment in Seattle, I think.
That's right.
And we loved that movie for some reason. I mean, I need to revisit because I remember just wanting to watch it over and over again. And
I love
I got it
Bono.
right.
Yeah, Bono's good.
I got a jolt of appreciation, love for the Beatles.
Right. Okay.
And we had vinyl. Melissa had vinyl. That's all I can really think of. I mean, I don't really have anything against them, and I'm also not obsessed. I'm right in the middle.
Fair enough. Well, I won't go so far as to say they're trash, especially because, some of the founding members have passed away, and I think that kind of besmirching their character.
Besmirching?
Correct. I did use the term besmirch.
Do you want to define for everyone listening?
On.
How dare you? Can I go on? Can I do
You
one?
can go all the way.
Are you ready? You're not ready for this one.
Okay.
You're not ready for this one.
Fine.
Clay Aiken is so talented and cute. Back off.
No one wrote that.
Yes, they did. They said back off.
They wrote the back off.
Yes.
That's projecting their own insecurities.
Because we've...
Like, no one's actually coming. You know what I mean?
We've been...
And this is a pro Clay Aiken show.
I mean, I know that we've been talking about Clay Aiken the past couple of episodes, but we've also been talking about him the entire time that we've been doing the podcast.
Right. If you've been with us from day one.
They must have been listening from day one, which I appreciate.
I think it's like every few months he just kind of comes in. And you
in,
know what?
And he slides out.
This is his show. We're just running it.
Right. He's actually here.
Oh.
He's here in the kitchen.
Clay.
He's in our kitchen. We can't see him because our kitchen's totally closed off to everything in the apartment.
I was invisible and I would just watch you in your room, which is sexual assault.
Okay. What's your next one, Bargles?
Okay. And voyeurism. I think that the new Harry Potter movies that don't have Harry Potter are better than the originals. Eddie Redmayne and then the hard eyes emoji.
Oh. I can't say that I know exactly what they're talking about. Do you, Bargles? Have you?
I have. I'm a cinephile. I watch everything.
Okay, so what about the books?
The books themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I read the first one.
The Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes.
I got it at the Scholastic Book Fair to look cool.
Right.
And didn't read it at all. Literally not one word.
I enjoyed it, and actually, I believe that I did. I did read The Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
As well. And I watch the movies. I watch not every movie. There's so many movies out there.
But
I get blown away.
Seen a lot
there's
of
like
movies.
a million movies made every year that you don't know about. It's ridiculous.
If you're willing to watch that 4-hour Avengers director's cut, whatever the hell that was.
Oh, you need to be real careful. It's
What?
What? It's just a lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people are looking forward to it, and you just sound like you're kind of pooping on it.
I'm just going off of what you said.
It was a little long, and it wasn't Avengers. It was Justice League, which you knew. That's why you said Avengers, because you knew it was Justice League, and you just had to say that just to be like, sip of my tea. What are you doing?
Alani knew carbonated beverage in a coffee cup. Okay.
Fine.
That's all. Harry Potter.
Right. I read some of the books.
Okay.
I watched the movies. The movies are good. The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
You watch that too?
Yeah.
Where am I when you watch all these movies?
I don't know. I saw one on an airplane.
Okay. By yourself?
No, I mean, was
I there?
What do you mean by myself? Like, hey, stranger, you gonna watch this with me? We can share earbuds.
Ew.
No.
Okay, listen. I also got a Harry Potter one. Should I just go for it?
Yeah.
Harry Potter is long and boring. That's what she said.
Well, I think that person and this person would maybe get along then.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would maybe get along.
Sure. We can move on from Harry.
I will say this. I do think it is not an unpopular opinion to say that Eddie Redmayne is worth hard eye emojis, because I agree. I think.
Can you describe him?
He's he's kind of like he's a British guy. He's young. He's kind of wispy and quiet, and he's kind of like he's a less attractive Hugh Grant playing the quirky, smart guy that could dress up well.
Okay, yeah, not my thing.
Sometimes fantastical, sometimes not. He played
sure.
Stephen Hawking in the Stephen Hawking movie.
Oh.
And he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He won an Academy Award for that, I think.
Great. That's so great.
That's a hard eye emoji in award form, I think.
Okay. I'll do another one and then we'll go back to you.
I hate sports and I don't understand why people care so much about them.
I understand why people care so much about them, but I don't particularly participate in the fanfare of sports.
You know, when I first read that, I agreed.
But you're a big sports guy.
I was thinking about it, and it's like, if you love... I am not a sports guy.
You're wearing a Seahawks hat.
No, I'm a football guy.
Yeah, you are.
Do not care one lick about baseball, soccer, hockey, badminton.
No.
The collapsing of the Olympic Games is like a hot button issue, and I'm condolences and my apologies and sorries for those that are training to be in the Olympics that may never happen. Or, you know, their schools are like losing scholarships and things like this. I think it's tragic.
Horrible, yeah.
That being said, I don't watch it.
Right.
Are you sitting down waiting up at 6 a.m. to watch the shot put? No offense to shot put out there. Love it. Think it's great.
Do not offend the shot put
What about
community.
the discus, though?
Okay.
Are you doing that? No. I watch more ultimate frisbee or frisbee golfing, frolfing. I watch more frisbee golf and regular golf than any of the Olympics, except for when the winters come and they start doing bobsledding and the luging. There's something about that just gets
something that gets me is the figure skating.
Yeah, I
do love figure skating, right. And I love some gymnastics,
the tumbling and so
and forth. Like the floor routines. And also just like
those are sports.
Balance beam.
Those are all sports, right?
So graceful.
Right.
Anyway, I respect sports. I just don't watch football or anything like that.
There you go.
As much of a fan as you are, I don't.
Well, I am a big fan, but I do feel like my fandom, it ebbs and flows, as it were.
Oh, sure.
Kind of.
And I will go on to my
waxes
next.
And wanes like the ever-present harvest moon.
By the way, at the beginning of this, I said, I'll go ahead and do one, and then you can go after me, and then you immediately said your next one.
I listen to respond. I don't listen to hear.
Are you going to talk like that the entire time?
If you challenge me, I will.
All right, I want to break up. Getting married and having kids early on is better than later on in life.
Well, it sounds like a person that would write that in doesn't know what it's like to do the other way.
You're right.
Can't do both.
There are some parts.
I mean, I guess you could do both, kind of, but even then.
I really think, and like this isn't the case for everybody, obviously, but really where you're from can dictate what is culturally accepted or normal in your world,
right?
Versus, like, for example, I feel like around here where we grew up, it's not one way or the other. It's just whatever you want to do. It's kind of just whatever's cool. I don't know.
I definitely think that there used to be more pressure to get married, have kids earlier on in life, like culturally speaking.
Totally.
And that age has been kind of pushed further and further and further out into the 30s and even into the 40s.
Yeah, it depends.
There are couples that are like, oh no, like we're perfectly happy being 38, 37, 39, 41 and not having kids, but still we do intend to have kids, which is like, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the idea that you should live up to other people's expectations, culturally, societally, whatever feels good to you and your people in your little unit, in your little corner of the world. That's all that ever matters. No one ever really cares. We were just talking about this before the show.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night.
No
one cares.
Like, look, if you get engaged, fanfare.
Oh, 100%. And you are on a high for that time.
Oh yeah, you're on your honeymoon. We just got married.
Yeah.
Fanfare. We've been married.
Totally.
We've been married successfully for how many years now?
It'll be 3 years in August.
Right. No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares. Oh, you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, you're pregnant.
Especially the first one.
Everyone loves a pregnant mommy. Yeah. But what if you're married for 10 years and have like 3 kids and they're like alive and clothed and like partially educated and they're like 7, 8, and 10?
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares about your kid's birthday party.
No.
No one cares about the ice cream cake. That's for you. Your family is your family. That's it.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Granted, I'm 32. Maybe I'm going to turn 33 next month. Maybe I'm like a little beyond the pale and I'm just saying what I want to hear. Because I do think like being older and having a little kid. That's the challenge.
No, I think saying that when you have your own kids and you have your own family or not, like just you and your husband or just you, it doesn't like, I don't care what anybody else does. Like whatever you want to do is cool. Whatever makes you happy is cool. But when you have your own unit, I feel like it's all you care about is your own, you know?
Right. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was the original? So the original set was
basically saying that having kids early on and like getting it all not over with, but like doing it early is better.
I've heard that from people as well.
Yeah.
And, there is no doing it better.
No.
I think that's the misconception. That's
like,
just my opinion. There is no it better because no matter what, the kid's a kid, but the kid's not a kid forever. People think like they're going to have a kid and say, oh, I'm going to have a baby. And then they're like a baby for your whole life.
When I think about having kids, I think of them as either 10 years old or full grown adults. I never think about having a baby in my arm. Like I never think of it that way.
It's a baby, and then you get in a time machine,
so
and all of a sudden that little boy or little girl that couldn't even talk is full grown with their own smartphone by the age of 4 or 5, and they have their own devices.
That's all
Okay.
I never think about being pregnant, having the baby, having a small infant child like that. For some reason, I don't think of it that way.
Right.
Because it's so fleeting and temporary compared to them having this full-on personality and growing up and becoming adults and like, I don't know. It's just different. But I would not change one thing about how we've done it. I am so resolute and happy with where we're at with what we do for work and what's happened so far and what we've been able to do personally before we start having kids. I don't know. I'm going to be 32 in April. So just to give you all an idea, if you're curious, right. That's what's happening.
Right.
That's how my life panned out. Okay.
Well, you said something
so far.
You said something that I liked, which is the now. Like you feel good about how things are now, right?
Yeah.
Like that's that now, that feeling. That's the fleeting thing that we all aspire to have, or like we look forward to. We try and find that feeling of confidence, happiness right now.
I think about that a lot. Like you are living your life right now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, or at least I think about this quite a bit, is, oh, I'll be happier when this thing happens. Right. Or I'll feel differently when we get a house.
Totally. Yeah, that's natural.
But like, will I?
Probably not.
We'll have the excitement of getting the house, buying our first home, getting out of this apartment after 9 years.
I'm a big believer that idea of putting off your hopefulness, your cheeriness, your good version of now, putting it off until the future because of something that may or may not happen.
Right.
Is like the worst way to live.
I know.
So, but it's not unnatural to be like, oh, I hate this job that I'm in. I'm just going to work it another X amount of years to be able to do it. So I'm just going to live in hate for this chunk.
Full of hate.
But then full of hate. But when I get past this chunk, mm-hmm. then I'll be happy. Then I'll get to the cash and prizes.
Right.
And unfortunately, what happens is there is no cash and prizes. You just have right now anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, thanks for coming to the TED Talk. Let's get some more pop opinions on here.
Like, for example, just really quick, I would think of when I was in my earlier 20s, I would be like, okay, as soon as I have this work goal in mind, mm-hmm. I'll be happier. And it's like, well, I am living that right now. So appreciating where you've been and where you've come from thus far, that's cool. And then it's like right now, I just need to appreciate this apartment, make of it what I can, and just focus on what's good about right now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, take wherever you're at in life right now, and I'm really speaking to myself, but take wherever you're at in life right now, and this is the end goal. You already got it.
Right.
And then take that idea, combine it with that you love yourself, mm-hmm. and that you want to see yourself. Take yourself out of your own head, like you're looking at yourself, like you're a cartoon character in the world you're painting. And you want to do that guy or gal a favor. You want them to succeed. You want them to get something cool out of life.
Right.
You already admitted that you love yourself. You already admitted that you got to this beautiful place wherever it is, wherever you're at. Even though there's tragedy, there's this, there's that, it's still beautiful wherever you're at. Then start putting away, like whether it's putting away money, putting away time, working out, doing something now that only can benefit you in the future.
Yeah.
And then that future version gets to look back and go, man, I'm glad that I did that for me. I'm glad I brushed my teeth. You know, I'm glad I flossed. I'm glad I worked out. I'm glad I ate that salad. Can't eat a chicken sandwich every day.
Right.
You know, Fridays, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Barbecue chicken salad. Okay. So.
Okay. You go ahead, Bargles. What's your next one?
I sleep with my legs exposed and it's life-changing.
Ugh. So
take everything I just said, throw it out. This sounds way easier, faster, better. If you're worried about like the...
So random.
But Bargles, man, I don't feel good right now, okay? I just don't feel good. Well, here's something you can try is get all cozy in bed and then flip them up so that your legs are exposed. Question. How hairy are your legs? Not hairy enough.
Mine are...
Not hairy enough.
No, you know how bad they are.
For an Italian, you know, full disclosure.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So,
Descendant of Robin Williams.
Cannot have my legs exposed. That's just not... That's not swaddle. That's not the swaddle life.
Yeah, I realized that I can't wear socks to bed. They mess me up.
When it's the dead of winter and our heater doesn't work, yes, I can wear socks.
I'll try. Okay.
My next one is another bed thing. I love a smaller bed for cuddling. I don't think we will ever get a king size. Do you think this is coming from someone who's been in a relationship for like 2 months?
I mean, we cuddle.
Depends on the day.
Right. I like the availability of the real estate that our king size bed
Once
allows.
you get a king size bed, doesn't matter how...
We still cuddle.
Doesn't matter if you're still in the honeymoon stage or not.
Like that. I have my I have my kingdom. You have your kingdom. We meet
in the middle
at the
we
border.
want.
We meet at the border if
Right.
we want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I encroach upon your territory and I go in the middle. And I'm in the middle, and now I fall asleep in the middle, and now I'm kind of like attacking your kingdom, and you have to shove me to the other side, even though it's a king-size bed. And I kind of like that.
For the record, you know I don't shove.
Yeah, you just smack.
That's right.
We don't shove in this house. We want people to feel it. So
also, the 2-month relationship thing. There are so many people that are in love still after many, many years.
Right.
So not to say, it's fine.
I get it. We had a queen size bed longer than we've had a king in our life as a couple living together.
Did you say queen or king?
Queen.
Yeah. We had a smaller bed.
And then when we got the king, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
You guys, if you're looking for a mattress, the Casper King, holy crap. Okay, you go ahead, Bargles.
They're affordable, they're comfortable, and they have, you could literally hopscotch mattress companies and get money back guarantee. 90-day trial. Go get a Casper, go get a Purple, go get an Avocado, go get a Lisa, go get a whatever.
By affordable, you mean compared to what mattress prices are.
I think when I use affordable, what I really mean is valuable.
Do you know how much those cost?
No, I don't know, but I know it's worth it.
They're like $1,000.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
How many times do you go to sleep?
Every night.
Right. So, how about the beach is annoying and messy? I don't get it.
I'm so sorry.
What the? No. I don't know if I fully disagree. I don't agree, but I get it.
It's like my entire brand and business is basically the beach.
But how crowded? How crowded can the beach get until she's right?
It also depends on the beach.
Right.
So many different kinds of beaches.
If you're at a beautiful beach and it's like white sand and it's vacant, sun's beaming down and it's nice and warm and you're splashing in some nice bath water type tropical situation, there's not a problem with that. That's just that's actually one of my happy spots, one of my happy places.
Agree.
But now go to like the beaches of Washington State.
Ugh.
Where it's like black rock beaches that water is -2. You can't even touch it.
It's probably like,
Can't even look at it.
it's probably overcast in that weird rain where it's not actual rain.
There's
It's
still
just
kids
like,
splashing around in that.
it's just
Still
like-
kids going like, ooh, yay.
it's just like Pacific Northwest darkness, wet.
Right.
It's not even raining. It's just wet.
Mm.
Slippery, slick, wet Seattle.
Yeah. Right. I will say messy, yes. Annoying
Sometimes.
sometimes.
I agree.
Okay.
Fine.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh, wait. It's your turn.
Well, all right. Way too many people like Hamilton. But you know, it's like when you come quick, cause don't stop now, cause you better watch out, cause I'm here now, and then there we go. That's basically it, right? I've seen it, but I'm not really watching it as I'm watching it.
That's
But,
what I do.
like I know that they're doing it with what you with but so much. Like I'm watching it, but I'm just thinking about like what I just did, and now I'm sorry for anyone out there that's gonna watch Hamilton. They're just gonna.
I
haven't done that. I haven't done it yet.
So many things I haven't done.
But I love
Oh.
some of the bits.
Yeah.
Some of the bits in Hamilton. I'm a
Very
big
smart.
fan of.
Very smart.
It's very well done.
very well
I look
done.
forward to the next Lin-Manuel Miranda
Do
production.
you?
Not very much,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
know
a
you
little
don't.
bit.
In fact, on our last Unpopular Opinions episode, someone said that Lin-Manuel Miranda was
we have
overrated.
some consistency going.
Yes. So, in that case, I mean, I love a good musical.
I think he's properly rated.
You do?
Yeah, my opinion in that previous episode said that I agreed that he was overrated. Upon further reflection,
Yeah.
I think he's properly rated.
Okay. Great. We love to hear it.
Crate and barrel.
Crate and barrel. Okay. My next one is, I don't understand working out or wanting to. It's annoying and I never see results.
Yep, pretty much.
Is that how you feel?
You know, it's a sliding scale. That's
Yeah.
very dependent upon my mood.
I would agree.
I've had moments in my life the past few years where I was doing everything right. My diet was on point. I'm working out 6 days a week, and I'm doing at least an hour, and I'm sweating. I'm beating myself down.
Yes,
beating myself
sir.
down. And I did that method, and I got results. I've also done that method, and I got no results for months. So I was like, oh, this must be this then. I'm not working out hard enough, or I'm not dieting right, or I need to switch it up because my body got used to this. You know, whatever I'm telling myself. I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist, or
Right.
workout fiend, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I have to kind of like listen to my body. Simultaneously, when I like gave up, there's been a bunch of times where I'm like, ugh, I'm just exhausted from this month after month after month of this kind of eating, and this grind is tiresome, and I'm not seeing the results.
Right.
And now I'm not really feeling the results.
Yeah.
And so I start to slide, and I start to drink again, and I go out and we eat all week crazy food, or we go on a trip or something like that. And then that week I
traveling.
lose like 5 or 6 pounds that week.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Because I don't work out, and I'm eating like a crazy horse, and I'm like, and then I come home, get on the scale, and it's like, how is this even possible? Messes with my head.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with weighing in often.
I do it about twice a month.
Oh,
It's just like,
really?
yeah, to document.
I'm probably like 3 times a year if I'm feeling off, or just I want like a check-in. I don't know, but
I was measuring like not just my weight. I was measuring a lot of things.
I remember
for a
that.
while.
I will say that in my experience of fad dieting, working out a lot, not working out at all, eating really clean, Whole30 sometimes, and not Whole30 a lot of the time, the way that I feel and look is, I would say, 75% dependent on what I put in my body.
There you go.
Diet is everything to me. So if I go a week of like eating super clean, lots of raw veggies, like, you know, just light dinners, not eating too late, not laying down after I eat dinner, which is a huge problem for me because I like to swaddle up. I feel really light all week. I feel so good. And on the flip side, if it's just a lot of indulging, and that's what makes me feel good in the moment, like,
it's hard to go into autopilot.
yes.
And for me, what has helped me whenever I've been kind of down and out in Beverly Hills when it comes to like my own process is cutting myself a lot of slack. Not taking the process too serious.
Right.
I'm not a model.
Right.
I'm not gonna be. You know, I enjoy myself for the cornucopia of reasons of who I am and what I am, and I'm a work in progress like any one of us. But I also think that idea I was touching on earlier of like doing yourself a favor now for the future version of yourself. I lived way too long in my life not caring about what future Bargles was going to have to endure or live through or deal with. So now I really try and think about that consciously pretty much daily. Like, what could I do today in a tiny little thing I could do today that future version of me, whether it's a week from now, a month from now, but really I'm thinking like 10, 20, 30 years from now. How am I going to benefit from this? And, you know, when I looked at it from that angle, kind of remove my own thoughts and emotions in the present from it.
Right.
You know, because you start looking back at yourself and you go like, okay, well then, yeah, just pick up the weights, work out.
Yeah.
Change up your routine, work out harder, work out softer. Find that wiggle room where it can be a lifestyle thing. It's not this like plug in and take out. It's like, what can you do on basically a daily basis? That's like low impact maybe, or maybe it's high impact, whatever like fits. And maybe it's kayaking. Maybe it's, you don't even know what it is yet.
Right. It's also circumstantial based on the person. Like, this person may not, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're thinking or feeling about themselves, or if they feel like crap or not. I don't know. But my working out is solely based on the way that I want to feel future self that day or the next day. And ultimately that whole week I'll look back and be like, wow, I really crushed it every day with like a 30-minute HIIT workout at home.
You got to do it for yourself.
And I feel the difference is insane, but then it also goes hand in hand with our diet. So it's like, I don't know. It's so I go up and down all around, but you go ahead, Bargles, on your next one.
Well, I think I might only have one more.
Yeah, I'm all out.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, this is my last one, and I love this.
What?
Seinfeld and Friends are both some of the worst shows ever made. Can't stand either of them. I don't know if this is the most beautiful, like, polished note to end the episode on.
Poetic.
Poetic. Oh,
how do you, Bargles, I'm going to ask you something.
Huh.
How do you feel about Friends?
So I wrote a note.
Okay.
This was my initial reaction after I read that. And then I thought, you know what? I don't want initial reactions for the rest of these.
Okay, go ahead.
Bargles quote.
Okay.
After a... Should I do a voice or something? Or
no, just regular.
Get a little closer to the mic?
Sure.
After a combined 416 episodes. That's Friends and Seinfeld combined.
That feels like not a lot compared
416 episodes of these shows. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
What do you mean?
Literally nothing happens. There are no true character arcs. Jerry is Jerry on episode 1, and Jerry is Jerry on the end. George Costanza is George the whole time. That's part of it. That's why I love it.
There
can't be a character arc like what happens to Don Draper, or what happens to even a Legolas with Gimli, and fight alongside an orc, fight alongside an eye, whatever. So it's like, like nothing happens. I go on to say, Ross and Rachel finally get together in the end. Spoiler. I don't know if anyone knew that. Mm-hmm. In the last episode of the show, they finally get together, right? Uh-huh. So that's the only thing that really happens. There's a bunch of botched attempts at Jennifer Aniston and what's the guy's name? Swimmer?
David
Schwimmer. David Schwimmer, thank you. A bunch of botched attempts at them getting together, and then they finally get together in the last episode. Do you know what the crux of that was? I looked it up. I totally forgot.
What was it?
She was going to leave the country and move to Paris to start a job working
yeah.
for Louis Vuitton.
Oh, yeah.
So in order for the writers of this dingbat of a show, in order to like just force in that Ross and Rachel are together, they had to make it happen, right? Rachel has to forego her career. She has to give up what otherwise sounds like an amazing job opportunity in Paris for this man. And now let's take 1 and 5 seconds together, that's 6 seconds, to talk about the character of Ross. Do I even need to talk about the character of Ross? He's by far and away everyone's least favorite character on the show. If I asked you who your favorite character was, if you said Ross, that would be an unpopular opinion. No one's favorite character is Ross on the show, okay? It goes Rachel, it goes Joey, Chandler, people like Phoebe, people like Monica.
I was just going to say, that show is nothing without
Tom Selleck.
what each character brings to the table.
The guy from the coffee shop is a superior character.
And the reason, Duncan, that's good trivia.
That is.
And the reason that I think that it is so popular is because it's a comfort show, and it doesn't matter what episode you put on, what episode you're on, whatever. If you have it on in the background, if you're watching it, like, it can be any episode. It doesn't matter.
So from a performance standpoint, obviously these are some of the best shows ever made.
Yeah.
We all know this. Think about the time slots they were given. They were given primo time slots from both of these major networks. Any show in those time slots had an equal opportunity to perhaps generate that kind of viewership. Now, you could then go on to say, well, look at shows like 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother. Are these shows good? Because if we're going to say that these shows are all good, then, I mean, where are we headed?
Right.
I personally haven't watched enough of them to really have a stark opinion on those shows. But based on the performance of those shows, they're huge.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed.
You're a Seinfeld.
I am a Seinfeld guy.
Not Friends.
You know, I've never been a big Friends guy. I have caught myself watching a few episodes of Friends in the past several weeks.
Caught yourself?
Yeah.
Several weeks?
Like, it came on the TV or whatever.
Really?
And I sat there and I watched them and I enjoyed them. So.
When? I'm
so
sorry.
Episode where I think, like, Joey and Chandler were having a little tiff. They had them butt heads. They haven't butt heads like
in
the whole
the last several weeks, it randomly popped up on our TV that we don't have cable on.
Right.
And you sat down and watched.
Right. You're making it harder to make this point.
So, we love Seinfeld. I'm just going to say that.
Correct.
Like, as a...
Yeah, Elaine...
If I had to pick one...
Elaine Bennis is... what a great character.
Oh, yeah. No, if we had to pick one show at Seinfeld, I'm so sorry to the Friends community. I like Friends. I think it's a comfort show, like I said.
Right.
But Seinfeld's funnier and classic, and I just love every single character, and it just makes me so happy. So, that's all.
I think anything that gets to the top of the mountain is going to have people, like detractors. People are going to look at it like it's not all that in a bag of chips. Kind of like we started with the Beatles, right? Now we're ending with Friends and Seinfeld. These are some of like the most iconic things.
Yeah.
So, but I get it, and I kind of agree. For me, what makes a great show, like if someone asked me that question, told me to list my 5 favorite shows.
Right.
I don't know if Seinfeld or Friends would be on there. Seinfeld maybe just because of the rewatchability. But to me, good characters require an arc.
There you go.
They have to be this. They have to go on a little hero's journey. And then they end up over here. Something happened to them, and they're better or worse or whatever.
Bargles, I want to be your character arc.
Yeah, well, we're still working it out, Bob. Still working it out.
With that being said, is that about it? Is that about wrap her up?
I think we can do that.
So, in case you didn't know, we have a print shop.
Oh, what's that?
It's print shop with pictures that you can buy in physical format with presets included on the same website. And what's the code, Bargles? If somebody wants something.
Oh, that's right. It's all coming back to me now. The code is all about it.
All about it for 20% off. It's Christmas all year if you listen to the podcast, baby. We love you. Thanks for listening. And follow us on Instagram at All About It Podcast.
Why not?
And also, I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to link it below.
Oh, yeah. If you can't get enough of All About It related content, then you will just love Arielle Bay's channel. My wife's channel. My wife.
I recently did a Trader Joe's haul. Go check it out.
Yeah, have you ever been to a place and bought stuff and took it home and took pictures of it?
I did it.
Yeah, she did it. She did it for you.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week. And bye.
Till next time.
Bye.